90 days, not next year, not one day, not when you feel ready. 90 days. 3 months from now, your life will be different, or it will be exactly the same. And the difference between those two realities will not be luck. It will not be talent. It will not be who supported you or who doubted you. It will be discipline. You don't change your life by wishing. You change your life by deciding. And once you decide, you back that decision with action every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in 90 days. 90 days of focused effort can rebuild a body. 90 days of disciplined study can rebuild a career. 90 days of intentional thinking can rebuild a broken mindset. 90 days of consistency can rebuild a broken identity. But here's the part nobody wants to hear. The first battle of the 90 days isn't with the world. It's with you. The version of you that loves comfort. The version of you that negotiates with the alarm clock. The version of you that says, I'll start Monday. The version of you that wants results without sacrifice. That version has to die. Not physically, not emotionally, but mentally. Because your old habits created your current reality. And if you keep the habits, you keep the life. So if you want a new life, you need new standards. And standards are built through discipline. Let me tell you something powerful. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is decision-based. Motivation fades when you're tired. Discipline remains when you're exhausted. That's why most people fail. They depend on motivation. They wait to feel inspired. They wait to feel confident. They wait to feel fearless. But winners don't wait for feelings. Winners move with or without them. For 90 days, your feelings don't matter. Your mood doesn't matter. Your excuses don't matter. Your doubts don't matter. Only your actions matter. You want to become unrecognizable. Then do what the recognizable version of you refuses to do. Wake up early when nobody's watching. Train when it's uncomfortable. Read when it's easier to scroll. Study when it's easier to sleep. Work when it's easier to complain. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. You can have the biggest dream in the room, but if your habits don't align with that dream, it's just a fantasy. 90 days of alignment changes everything. The first 30 days will test your body. You'll feel resistance. Your routine will feel forced. Your mind will whisper, this isn't you. Exactly, it's not the old you, and that's the point. Transformation feels unnatural at first because you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Growth always feels like tension. Your muscles burn before they grow. Your mind struggles before it expands. Your confidence shakes before it strengthens. Pain is not a stop sign. It's a signal. It's a signal that you're breaking patterns. The second 30 days will test your mind. This is where most people quit. The excitement fades. The results are slow. Nobody is clapping. Nobody is noticing. You're working in silence. And silence can be loud. Because when external validation disappears, the only thing left is internal commitment. This is where self-mastery is built. Self-mastery is doing the work when there is no applause. It's keeping promises to yourself when nobody would know if you broke them. And every time you keep your word, you build self-respect. Confidence is not built by positive thinking. It's built by proof. Proof that you show up. Proof that you endure. Proof that you finish. The final 30 days will test your identity. Because by then, you're different. You think differently. You respond differently. And sometimes, the people around you won't understand it. They'll say you've changed. You're right. That's the goal. You cannot become extraordinary while staying ordinary. You cannot grow while staying comfortable. You cannot win while staying the same. 90 days is a war against average. It's a war against laziness, a war against excuses, a war against procrastination, a war against the voice that says, just this once won't matter. It always matters. Every decision is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you hit snooze, you vote for weakness. When you get up, you vote for strength. When you skip the workout, you vote for average. When you push through, you vote for excellence. And 90 days of voting for excellence changes your identity. Let me ask you something. What would happen if you took your goals seriously? What would happen if you treated your dreams like responsibilities instead of hobbies? What would happen if for 90 days you stopped playing small You wouldn't recognize yourself, not because of money, not because of fame, but because of discipline in your eyes. There's a look disciplined people have. It's calm, it's steady, it's certain, because they know something most people don't. They know they can rely on themselves, and that's power. Real power isn't controlling others. It's controlling yourself, controlling your thoughts, controlling your impulses, controlling your time, controlling your reactions. You don't need to control the world. You need to control your habits, because your habits control your future. You say you want success. Success requires structure. Structure your mornings. Structure your nights. Structure your goals. Structure your distractions. If it's not scheduled, it's not serious. For 90 days, eliminate what weakens you. Eliminate gossip. Eliminate negativity. Eliminate unnecessary scrolling. Eliminate environments that drain you. You cannot build a strong mind in a weak environment. Guard your focus. Focus is your superpower. Where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, results grow. Imagine 90 days of undistracted effort, no drama, no excuses, no negotiation, just execution. You would intimidate yourself. You would shock yourself. And here's the truth. It's not that you don't have what it takes. It's that you haven't demanded enough from yourself. You've been negotiating with your potential. Stop negotiating, draw a line. For the next 90 days, you live by a higher standard, not perfect, but disciplined. You will fail some days. That's human. But you will not quit. Quitting resets progress. Failing refines it. There is no transformation without discomfort. Comfort is a beautiful prison. It feels safe. It feels warm. It feels familiar. But nothing grows there. You weren't born to stay the same. You were born to expand, to evolve, to stretch, to become more. But evolution requires friction. And 90 days of friction creates fire. Fire for your goals. Fire for your family. Fire for your future. You owe it to yourself to see what you're capable of. Not the half-hearted version. Not the distracted version. Not the sometimes version. The committed version. The obsessed version. The disciplined version. Imagine looking in the mirror after 90 days and knowing, not hoping, not wishing, knowing that you gave everything you had. That kind of pride cannot be bought. That kind of confidence cannot be faked. It's earned, brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. You don't leap into a new life. You step into it, one disciplined action at a time. And one day you wake up and realize the old you is gone. The procrastinator is gone. The excuse maker is gone. The doubter is gone. In their place stands someone focused, someone resilient, someone unrecognizable. 90 days. It will pass anyway. The only question is, will you? Will you pass through those 90 days unchanged? Or will you rise? Because at the end of it all, this isn't about a transformation challenge. It's about identity. Who are you becoming? The world responds differently when you respect yourself, when you carry discipline in your posture, when you speak with certainty, when your actions match your words. That's leadership. And leadership begins with self-leadership. Lead yourself for 90 days. Wake yourself up. Push yourself forward. Correct yourself when you slip. Encourage yourself when it's hard. Become your own coach, because when you master yourself, no external obstacle can defeat you. You don't need perfect timing. You need decisive action. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You need to believe in your habits, because habits create outcomes, and outcomes create identity. So I challenge you, for 90 days, no excuses. For 90 days, no compromises. For 90 days, discipline over emotion. And when those 90 days are done, you won't just have better results. You'll have a stronger mind, a tougher spirit, a sharper focus, a deeper belief. You will have proof that you can do hard things. And once you know that, the world cannot intimidate you. 90 days to become unrecognizable, not for the world, for you. Because the greatest flex in life is not showing people what you have. It's showing yourself what you can become. Start today. Not tomorrow, not Monday. Today, day one, make it count.
That word scares people because discipline doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about the weather, your mood, your past, or your comfort. Discipline only cares about one thing: action. You say you want to change your life. Good. But let me ask you something. Are you willing to be uncomfortable for 90 straight days? Not excited, not motivated, uncomfortable. Because change is not comfortable. Growth is not comfortable. Elevation is not comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Right now, your life reflects your habits, not your dreams, not your intentions, not your potential, your habits. If you wake up late, your life reflects that. If you procrastinate, your life reflects that. If you avoid responsibility, your life reflects that. But here's the good news. If you change your habits for 90 days, you change your life forever. 90 days is enough time to break a pattern. 90 days is enough time to build discipline. 90 days is enough time to become someone you've never been before, but only if you take it seriously. Most people treat their goals like hobbies. They work on them when it's convenient. They chase them when they feel inspired. They pause when things get hard. That's why most people stay the same. You cannot build a new life with old standards. You cannot expect a different future with the same effort. You cannot pray for results you are not willing to work for. Discipline for 90 days means you stop negotiating with yourself. When the alarm rings, you get up. When it's time to train, you train. When it's time to study, you study. When it's time to work, you work. No debates. No internal arguments. No, just 5 more minutes. Every time you negotiate with weakness, weakness wins, and weakness compounds, but strength compounds too. Every time you choose discipline, you build momentum. Day 1 feels small. Day 2 feels heavy. Day 7 feels uncomfortable. Day 14 feels exhausting. But day 30, something changes. Your mind begins to adapt. Your excuses lose power. Your routine becomes automatic. You start realizing something powerful. You are in control, and control is freedom. Most people think freedom means doing whatever you want. No, freedom is doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you want to or not. That's power. You don't need a perfect plan for 90 days. You need non-negotiables. Wake up at a set time. Move your body daily. Feed your mind daily. Work on your goals daily. Eliminate distractions daily. Simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. Your biggest enemy during these 90 days will not be other people. It will be your old identity. The identity that says, this is too hard. You deserve a break. You've done enough. Start again next week. That voice will try to protect your comfort, but comfort has cost you enough already. Stake. How many years have you delayed your potential because it felt difficult? How many opportunities have you missed because you weren't prepared? How many times have you said, I'll change, and stayed the same? 90 days is your line in the sand, not 89, not most days, 90. Stake. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be committed. There's a difference. Perfection is impossible. Commitment is powerful. Commitment says, even if I slip, I don't quit. Commitment says, this time is different. Commitment says, I am done being average. Let me tell you something about average. Average is crowded. Average wakes up late. Average complains. Average blames the economy. Average blames the system. Average blames luck. Discipline separates you from average. When you wake up early, you separate yourself. When you train consistently, you separate yourself. When you study while others scroll, you separate yourself, and separation creates opportunity. The world respects people who respect themselves, and self-respect is built through discipline, not through talking, not through posting, not through announcing your goals. Through action, quiet action. Stake for 90 days, move in silence, let people wonder what changed, let them notice the results without hearing the process. Because real growth is quiet. It's built in early mornings and late nights. It's built in repetition. It's built in boring consistency. Everybody loves the highlight reel. Nobody respects the grind until it produces results. You want confidence. Earn it. Confidence is not saying, I'm the best. Stake. Confidence is knowing you did the work. When you've trained for 90 days, you walk differently. When you've studied for 90 days, you speak differently. When you've controlled your habits for 90 days, you think differently. Discipline reshapes identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You start seeing yourself as someone who executes. That shift changes everything. Because once you believe you are disciplined, you act disciplined. And once you act disciplined long enough, success becomes predictable. Not guaranteed overnight, but predictable. Plant seeds daily. Water them daily. Protect them daily. For 90 days and watch what grows. There will be days when you are tired. Push anyway. There will be days when you are discouraged. Work anyway. There will be days when results feel invisible. Continue anyway, because results lag behind effort. Most people quit right before progress becomes visible. Don't be most people. Discipline is choosing long-term respect over short-term pleasure. It's saying no to distractions. It's saying no to laziness. It's saying no to mediocrity. You don't need to transform every area of your life at once. Focus on core pillars: your body, your mind, your skill, your character. If you improve those 4 areas for 90 days, your life will not recognize you. Train your body because strength builds confidence. Train your mind because knowledge builds leverage. Train your skill because value builds income. Train your character because integrity builds trust. That combination is unstoppable, but only if you stay consistent. Consistency is harder than intensity. Anyone can go hard for 3 days. Few can stay disciplined for 90. That's why it works, because it's rare, and rare creates value. Every morning during these 90 days, ask yourself one question: what would a disciplined version of me do today? Then do that. Not what feels easy, not what feels fun, what feels necessary. Necessary actions build necessary growth, and growth builds freedom. Imagine finishing 90 days knowing you didn't cheat the process, knowing you didn't cut corners, knowing you didn't fold when it got uncomfortable. That pride is permanent. And here's something powerful: after 90 days of discipline, discipline stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like identity. You crave structure, you crave progress, you crave growth, because you've tasted what it feels like to evolve. You realize something: you were never stuck. You were undisciplined, and that realization is life-changing. Because if the problem was discipline, then the solution is in your control. Not the economy, not your background, not your network. You, for 90 days, remove excuses from your vocabulary. Replace "I can't" with "I will learn." Tired with "I'm building." Replace "maybe later" with "no." Urgency creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. You don't need to see the full staircase. Just take the next step every day for 90 days, step after step after step. Then one day you look back and realize you climbed higher than you ever imagined. Your friends might not understand your discipline. That's okay. Your environment might resist your growth. That's normal. Growth makes comfortable people uncomfortable. But this journey is not about them. It's about you proving to yourself that you can do hard things. Because once you conquer 90 days, you realize something powerful. You can conquer anything. You stop fearing challenges. You stop avoiding discomfort. You stop shrinking yourself. Because discipline trained you. You trained your impulses. You trained your focus. You trained your habits. And now your habits serve you instead of sabotaging you. Discipline for 90 days can change your life forever. Not because 90 days is magical, but because 90 days is long enough to rewrite your story. And short enough to start now. You don't need next year. You need today. Day 1. Not dramatic, not flashy, just intentional. Wake up with purpose. Move with purpose. Work with purpose. Rest with purpose. Day 2, repeat. Day 10, repeat. Day 50, repeat. Day 90, victory. Stake, not because it was easy, but because you didn't quit. And when you stand at the end of those 90 days, you won't just see results. You'll see discipline in your reflection. You'll see strength in your posture. You'll see clarity in your eyes. And you'll know something most people never learn. You are capable of more than you thought. Discipline revealed it. Now the question is simple. Will you let another 90 days pass unchanged? Or will you decide right now that the next 90 days will redefine your life? The clock is already ticking. Start today.